And you know what? When I started, and I tell you, when I got hurt in the motorcycle, I thought I was devastated, psychologically, because I loved this stuff. This was part of my gut. I mean, it was me. And I said, I'm finished. What am I going to do? You know? I said, I want to compete. I couldn't compete anymore because my ankle was severed. I couldn't, couldn't train my legs or anything. And I tell you something, I wouldn't be sitting here with you today if I didn't get hurt. Because I was so consumed with training and building my body that if you'd have brought me boiling horse urine and said, Leroy, you'll get built with this, I said, give me another glass.
Yeah.
That's all.
That's the same thing with me.
But don't you got to take the juice? And I don't knock the guys. You got to take it.
Well, yeah, if you're going to compete, I mean, and that's not only in bodybuilding, that's in every sport. If you want to be competitive today. And sometimes, I don't really blame it on the guys themselves. You got to sometimes blame it on the fickle fans, because the fans always want more. For instance, they're going away from bodybuilding.
But
they want you to hit more home runs.
They want you
to make more touchdowns.
The fans, they do it for themselves.
Well, yeah, they do it for themselves, but the fans demand more. The owners of the teams demand more. Oh, you want more money? You got to do more of this. I mean, you only can do so much with your natural potential. After that, and you want more. What do you want? What do you want me to do? I mean, this is what I got to do. But then, when they get caught doing it, now they're cheaters. But what do you want these guys to do? Because back in the Babe Ruth age, if they had it then, those guys would have been doing it too.
Of course. It's progress. But then we got to, what are we going to do? Make it illegal is the worst thing they can do.
I think so.
Because
too.
you know why? Guys are killing themselves because they're not able to be monitored by the doctor.
Exactly.
You see, before they made it illegal, guys were killing themselves.
Exactly.
But now these guys taking much more than the body can handle,
Yeah.
and it's killing them.
Yeah.
And those 3-cent politicians are getting me angry. The women and mothers start complaining, it's illegal, and they walk away. Right. And they make more problems making it illegal than if they just, what you call, control it. And you know what? I was talking before, and I said that what you got to do is say, you can take it, but you got to admit it. Right. And that will control it better than anything else. In other words, everybody, you want to take it, but you have to, if you don't admit it, that's when you're punished.
Right.
If a guy get on stage and he looks all huge, and they say, you take it, juice no, and they test him, barred for life.
Yeah, because
see,
you lied about
then
it.
the guys would be scared, wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah.
Then they would modify it. Think about it.
Yeah, they would.
Think about it. They'd do more modifications than make it illegal.
Yeah, they would.
Because you say, if I get big and they find out, what good is it?
Yeah.
That's what they should do if they want to control it, instead of making it illegal like they do it, and guys are killing themselves.
Yeah, we really need to do something, but I think the whole process of this bodybuilding thing from the days when we started, I mean, we kind of love the sport. See, that's the one point I think people need to understand. We actually love the sport. It wasn't for the love of the money, because there wasn't a damn dime. You did it because you loved it. You did everything because you loved it. I mean, it had.
But you had money, but
there was no motivation because there was no money.
You made money.
You made a little bit, but I made most of the money from doing television shows and commercials. But we didn't know. I gotta back up a little. We did exhibitions.
But you made it from the body. From the body.
Yeah.
You know what we got from the body? You know what Joe used to set up to Canada to take pictures? We get a sandwich and a fare to Canada. On the train.
Wow.
We were happy as you could be because we were going to be in the magazine.
Right. Well,
that was how Joe said, I'll publicize you.
I'll put you on the cover of the magazine and
when he said,
I'll
publicize, everybody would be so, and especially guys, with a few muscles. Boy, we're going to be in the magazine. That was it. Now today, man, these guys think they're rock stars.
Yeah.
They sign all kinds of contracts.
Now they are getting contracts, and I would have to say there's a handful of guys that are really making any money still in the sport.
Oh, that's
like Jay Cutler. He made, I think, $2 million this year. He's got a $1 million contract with BSN. He's got an $800,000 contract, I think, with Muscular Development. He's booked almost every weekend for exhibitions at like $2,500, $3,000 a pop. He owns a lot of real estate in Las Vegas. He owns a couple of Max Muscles. So I
know there's no more amateur shows now. All is professional.
Oh no! You have to win the amateur nationals before you can become a professional. Either turn pro by winning the Mr. North America or the nationals. Then you become a pro.
Well, what do you recommend for people to have the longevity and the kind of spunk you got at the ripe old age, you could tell them.
What do we recommend?
Yeah, what do you recommend to maintain your vim and vigor at the ripe old age of
64?
Okay.
Well, I just think you got to continue to work out. You see, the old adage is I'm too old. But that's you can't be further away from the truth. As you get older, the necessity for exercise gets greater. The body is now aging, it's breaking down. If you're going to keep it right and keep it strong and keep your mentality, now you really have to exercise. So I don't know where people get this mentality like, I'm too old to exercise now. No, you better get in the gym.
Your
and
body's
exercise
a machine,
now. Right?
And you don't use it, and it rusts.
Yeah,
You know,
it's like a car.
The only difference between your body and a machine is your body will adjust and the machine won't.
That's right. Machine
and it'll
just flat out
adjust to
break
decay.
down. It'll
like
adjust as far as it can until there's no more adjustment to be made, and then it.
But you gotta tweak
falls
it
off.
though.
You gotta tweak it
Bill.
constantly.
See, that's you gotta make sure that you do coax the body instead of wear out the body. Because you know yourself. You see a lot of guys in their 60s. They look worn out. They because they're overtrained.
And overtraining is a problem, especially as you get older. People have to understand as you do get older, you have to modify your training. Your body doesn't recover no matter what you do. I mean, we're in great shape, but no matter what we do, our bodies still aren't going to recover as fast as they did back in the day.
Because
but we're going to recover a lot faster than the ones our age who don't do anything.
Because you're building a reserve.
Exactly.
The body will give you what you want if you give it what it needs.
But see, we were lucky. See, we started at an early age, in our teens. We've been like this for years. So our body never had a chance to get out of kilter.
Imagine an arm like that at 64.
Yeah, man, come on.
Are you kidding me? You know one thing? You couldn't pay me to take my shirt off. and you know the funny thing though, when I was training, 18-inch arm was considered it.
Oh,
the experts said could get bigger.
Yeah, and you were the
Couldn't
first
get-
man. And that's the
You
one
know
thing
what I
people
said it
should know.
couldn't
You
get
were the
bigger?
first
You-
man with the 20-inch arms.
21 inches. And it was done with a steel tape.
Yeah, and that's
David Willoughby.
that's a true tape.
And I used to always, jokes call me the monster, and when he have his office, and he had a meeting in his office, and I'd be in the back there in the shipping department. I was only 17, 18, I think about 19. Joe said, "Monster, what the monster? Get the monster, let him come back here." And so when I come, he said, "Take off your shirt, monster."
Yeah, he had a nickname.
Yeah. And then he say, "Look at that. You ever see anything like look at that?" And then those business guys look at, Jesus Christ, look at that. Make a pose, monster. And I would be enjoying the hell out of it.
Yeah.
He's okay, go ahead. and he would do this at least
3 times.
at least 3 times a month. But he had meetings. And I'm there.
Well, that was him. That was him using you to get everybody else.
Well, he was,
motivated.
because he loved
Sales,
this.
yeah.
He loved the sport.
Yeah, he did.
He loves this sport. He put his, I get so
His
angry
heart
when
and
these
soul,
guys
he
knocked
put his
him.
whole life into it.
He glamorized
He
it.
did.
He
And-
took it out of the dumps.
Well, this is what I try and tell people. I said, don't knock Joe. I said, without Joe, none of us would be where we're at. Not even Arnold.
He brought Arnold over here. He introduced Arnold, and
Right.
Arnold had to drive to take it from there. But if he
Exactly.
didn't introduce Arnold, would he be? Nobody.
Well,
He
guess
is.
what? You can have the best thing in the world, but you gotta have the vehicle to get it there. We were the vehicle, but we needed a highway to drive on. Joe was the highway to drive on. We had the car. Joe put us on the highway and let us go, and he made us famous. That's the way it really worked. And I tell these guys, it's, it wasn't about all the money back then, but he did give you something that you could have. You had those titles, you had the publicity, you had a name, so you had to know how to market
And you had
yourself.
number one, you took care of yourself.
Exactly.
And you should be proud of that.
Oh, I'm
You
proud
can't
of
be,
all
but
this.
I mean, really, because, you see guys, how many men your age got stuff like that?
Not many.
No, that's you. Probably what I know is you.
And our whole idea at this point in time is to help and motivate people. We have to really motivate people to get going, especially our youth of today. They're lazy.
Because you built the vitality too.
Exactly.
Bill.
But see, we didn't have all the things to do back in the day that they have now, the computer games. We hardly had TV. Some didn't even have TV. So our recreation was, let's go down in the basement and lift weights.
It's too much Too many things to sit on your
Well,
ass.
they're
Too many ass sitters.
They're too distracted with
Too
other
many
things.
ass sitters.
Yeah, and they're not exercising.
Facebook, they're on Facebook half the day, Twitter,
They
and
need to exercise.
iPods, and
Now,
all
you
that.
see, back in the day, we were at the gym working out, and I can remember working out in the gym, and like guys would look at me and say, "Oh my God, what are you doing?" I was literally the skinniest guy in the gym, and I can remember the guy that helped me, Randy Coyle. I'd come in the gym because my legs were so bad. I'd have sweatpants on. It could be 100 degrees. I still had sweatpants on. So he was one of the younger guys in the gym, and he was kind of a little ahead of his time. He was like the Arthur Jones back then. Matter of fact, he actually did things before Arthur Jones even came out with it. This was in the early
That
60s.
naughty stuff. That
Yeah,
died.
before Arthur Jones came out with it, the principles. This guy had the principles, so he took me under his wing. And I remember one of the things he told me, and it was really funny. I had the sweatpants on. He says, "Bill," he says, you're training too much. Like I told you, I was training 6 hours a day. And it was just way over
How
training.
did you
Not a
do
day.
it?
It was like Monday, Tuesday,
What was
Thursday,
your
Saturday.
diet then?
Like I said, I ate everything.
You had to?
Anything I could eat, I'd eat.
And the burn it right up.
Peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, hot dogs, soda,
Burn it up.
candy. Really, I ate all
You
that
can do
stuff.
that. You can. The only way that food they look at it with horror, it's detrimental to
Right.
sit down and look at TV.
Right.
But if you train it the same with
I
Phelps,
burned it
a
all.
swimmer,
Right.
12,000 calories a day.
Well, people, I try to tell people, be honest with, says, "Oh, come on, nobody tells the truth like that. You know, that you eat, that's the way I ate."